I considered Lake Fork home as soon as I could pretty much tow a boat here and fish. Being a pro fisherman was a dream. You try to figure out how to make that happen, and I have never looked back since.
Brand new biggest bag of the tournament, KJ Kelly Jordan.
The big bass of the tournament right here, an absolute trophy. KJ claims the top spot in the bass fishing food chain.
It was always about catching that gigantic bass on the next cast. That's what kept me going, and that's what makes it a dream come true.
Another angler, another opinion. The 2019 Bassmaster Classic champion returns to his water of dreams in Florida.
I know there's numbers of really good quality bass in here, along with some true giants. The cool part about this place, it is 100% fishable water. Every bit of this thing is shallow, and it's got a lot of heavy cover. That's why it's got so many and so many big ones in it.
The first hour, a lot of times, is key because every fish in the lake is potentially feeding. Bet you there's one here, I just gotta give him the bite.
As I'm working on around all this flat, I know how to catch the one I'm after. I need to grab this big punching rod, and I had a bladed jig tied on it. I can't tell you how many tournaments have been won down in the state of Florida on a bladed jig. There's just something about it that really makes those big fish key in on it. There's one. I think it feels like a big one.
There he is. Look at that giant. Oh, stay on there, baby.
Man, he smoked that bladed jig. Get out of that grass. Come here, fish.
Barely hooked, one hook. Stay hooked, baby, stay hooked. That's a big one.
Whoa, stay on there, fish.
Stay on there. You got one hook. This is scary. Oh, look at that fish. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there. Wow. Look how beautiful. Man.
He was hooking really good, too. Man, what a pretty fish.
Do lakes make the fish, or do the fish make the lakes? You only know that both make the moment for two of the world's best bass anglers.
This is the big one.
Two top pro bass anglers test twin propositions. Which has the best bass water in the country?
Look at that giant.
Texas
I think it feels like a big one.
or Florida, the cradle where monster bass were born? Kelly Jordan has already tested the limits of Lake Fork. A perfect cast with just the right lure has produced a bass that would be a trophy for any angler.
If that wasn't an 8-pounder, it was within a quarter pound. See if he's got a brother. Oh, there's a big one. That's a 10-pounder. That great big one right there with that red line, that is a huge fish. We're getting into the monster bass of Lake Fork. Come on, baby.
As I'm working on around all this flat, the sun's gotten higher. I'm always keeping my eyes peeled for any kind of small bait fish to look like it's running away from something much larger. Sinks down, gets in the grass. Boom!
This is a big one. When I set the hook and it didn't move, that's always a good sign.
Whoa. Look at the size of this one. Man, he smoked that thing. Come here, fish. Here it comes. Here it comes.
This is a giant bass. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh, this is a giant. That's what you come to catch in Texas. Great big bass like that. Oh gosh.
Dang, look at the mouth on that thing.
Yeah.
Look at that black tongue he's got. I don't know if I've ever seen one like that.
Wow, look at the belly on that thing.
That is a quality bass right there.
Spring should be a season of warming and brightening. But on Lake Fork, it can be a vortex of disturbance and violence.
One of the challenges here on Lake Fork is the weather. We are right on the edge, I guess you could say, on the southern edge of what's called Tornado Alley. And yes, that's a challenge for catching fish. But it can help you as well if you use it to your advantage. They have windows when they turn on. And a lot of people give up on them, and man, when you hit the right window, then you catch those giants. There he is, got him. I just had a feeling there was going to be a big one there. You know, there's a saying here in Texas, wait 5 minutes, the weather's going to change. And a lot of times it's severe. When this lake gets about maybe 3 or 4 feet over normal pool, it floods out docks, it floods out the shorelines. And this week, it's a national emergency in the state of Texas.
Very heavy rains, and that's what we're going to have for several more days to come.
More rain, just what Texas needs. Good thing bass live in water. Jeez.
As I'm just easing around with a gentle breeze, seems like 5 minutes later, I'm hooked up again.
Man, he bit that chatterbait good. Stay on that fish. Get out of that grass. Come here.
Home waters on which anglers set their hearts. With the fish come the elements, and nothing you can do will change them. But sticking it out is how you bring monster bass to the boat.
As I'm just easing around with a gentle breeze, seems like 5 minutes later, I'm hooked up again.
Man, he bit that chatterbait good. Stay on that fish. Get out of that grass. Come here.
You know when they start mowing the grass, you've got a fish on here that you want to get in.
He's right here close. Come here. Yes, finally.
Man, Man, what a quality bass this is. From mouth to fin, beautiful, beautiful fish. All right, there we go. See you, buddy.
Under clear skies, Kelly Jordan is back on the water.
As long as I have fished Lake Fork, I have never seen the main lake water this color. This water is pea soup green, and the visibility has dropped to maybe 6 inches.
With low visibility underwater, above the surface is where you need to look.
Fish pointer, see him? Sit on that stump. This time of year, the shad spawn. They spawn in the morning when the water's in the 70s usually. And those blue herons will let you know where it's been going on. You gotta keep your eyes to the skies, watch for the birds. Birds are your friend, and they can show you the way to where the fish should be. It's like a bird dog for bass fishing right there. He's right where the bass should be on this point. He knows. It's pretty unbelievable, actually. They should be biting. Yeah, I hear you, man. You're not biting for me either.
While Kelly struggles with water so murky, he has to depend on the birds to locate the bass. But Ott, he's got a lake so clear, he can count the leaves on the hydrilla.
Giant bass. Come over to this back corner of the lake. If I can get back here where this water's clear and just got it, I'll have a better chance of catching a big one that way. Come here, buddy. I'm going along on this hydrilla flat. There's a lot of small fish schooling around. Come here, fish. Took me a couple casts on that bed to get him to bite. Finally did. It's a nice one. Catching those males, I know that there's got to be some females around. I mean, this is a shallow lake. It's all pretty flat.
A tremendous amount of work goes into catching big fish, especially. Trying to figure out the puzzle of what it's going to take to get that fish to bite.
There's a lot of holes in this grass where those bass are spawning, where they can hunker back into it. They can look up around and kind of see everything that's going on.
And then something special happens.
There he is. Oh, it's a big one.
Some think big fish come from moments of inspiration. Others think repeating the same action and expecting a different outcome is kind of a form of insanity. But both go on angling.
A tremendous amount of work goes into catching big fish, especially. Trying to figure out what it's going to take to get that fish to bite.
There's a lot of holes in this grass where those bass are spawning, where they can hunker back into it. They can look up around and kind of see everything that's going on.
And then something special happens.
Ooh, it's a big one. I think he's got it. I think it's a big one. Holy crap. Now that is a monster of a bass. Look at that thing.
That's a good one.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, let's get you back in the water, baby. Thank you for biting. Whoa, what a fish.
Fight's over, the work's done, preparation is paid off.
Sunset, the urgent time for angling, when you ask if fishing will be the story for tomorrow.
In Florida, it seems like almost every day, almost always get a little evening breeze. That evening breeze pushing some current around, what I call funnel areas, those are the places that those big ones will move to. And it's because there's so much bait being pushed through here right now.
All this weather and stuff, it has made this bite really tough. We've got an algae bloom going on. And what that does is that shrinks the strike zone of the bass. That's when you go to heavy cover a lot of times. Braided line, big hooks, big jigs, and you penetrate that cover.
Grab my punching rod, my Johnny Morse Platinum. It's that big weight right into there.
That's him. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a big one.
When I hook one that size, I always go back to my roots. I'm gonna do anything I can to get that fish in the boat.
Look at that monster. Come here, fish, come here. Look at the mouth of that fish.
Once my hand slides right down into that fish's mouth, I feel like I've done something that not everybody gets to do.
Wow, look at that one. Dude, what a beautiful fish to catch up there flipping like that.
Holy mackerel. That is a gigantic bass. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh, look at that mouth. This is unbelievable.
These have been angling stories for today, but with "to be continued" written on them.